Hey guys, Submoto here in an exclusive with Mrs. Submoto. Hello. On a sunny day, which is amazing because yesterday was crap weather. It's pretty nice today though. Shall we? So I want to talk a little about my current life status. As most of you know, I'm a singer in a band, play the guitar also, and the piano, and that's my life. That's what I do. That's who I am, and it always has been since a very young age. I guess I was 10 or 11 when I started like playing for real. I toured with my first band when I was 13 and released my first album when I was 16. So that's been my life, and that's what I'm best at. And recently, I noticed, and recently is like about a year and a half ago, I noticed I had trouble singing like for longer periods of time. Like my voice would give out like after an hour or so. It got to the point where I actually almost couldn't sing, and that's horrible. I mean, that's like chopping the legs off of a runner. And it just seemed like no one could tell me what was wrong. They had all sorts of theories, and they did blood tests, and it was just a nightmare. And in fact, the latest video we put out, like a music video. That song, Rolling Daisies, it was called. That song, I would like record like 10 minutes of that, singing, and then I'd have to go back like the next day and do 10 more minutes. So it took like days and days just to get the vocal tracks down. But just recently, I started to be able to sing again. The doctor asked me to basically change my lifestyle. So no more alcohol, and not because I was drinking a lot. It's just like beers every now and then, or like in my case, gin and tonics. I love gin and tonics. But like whenever there was a party, just not drink alcohol, and no sugar, no fatty foods. I had to get tons of sleep, and changed my diet completely. And it helped. It really did help, because just recently I've been able to start singing a bit. But you know, I feel good. I mean, I actually feel really, really good. What happened was that I got a what do they call it? Vocal paralysis, vocal cord paralysis. So you have like two vocal cords, like one on each side, and one of them wasn't working. It was like at 20%. So the other side had to work, compensate and do like 80%, which was what was happening. I was getting real tired because it had to like work harder, and the side that was only doing 20% got weaker and weaker. And I've been taking it step by step, doing it slowly, trying to get back into the game and singing. The issue of not being able to sing has obviously been really heavy, really tough, like on a more like psychological level, because you have that drive that you have on a daily basis when you write songs and play music and tour, and that rush was just gone because I couldn't play concerts. I mean, I couldn't get out on stage, and I just felt like I had that drive in me that I needed to kind of get off my chest. And I think a lot of that was part of what helped me find that drive towards building my cafe racer and then this bike. I just had to keep going, and then writing. And I've always loved writing, so it's not like it just kind of popped up out of nowhere. But it was definitely awesome therapy. I mean, whenever you are, I mean, obviously if you have a physical disability, it might be hard to jump on a motorcycle, but in my case, I would just like ride and shut off my brain. It's like meditation somehow. It's a doggy. Oh, he's hiding. So obviously I'm not in Copenhagen at the moment. We just went out for a ride north of Copenhagen to a town called Elsinore, which is just across from Helsingborg in Sweden. And hvor Holger danske? So I was gonna show you Holger the Dane, which is a statue of an old warrior, Danish warrior. Do what? Old school, yeah. Oldies on their bikes. Yeah, so I was going to show you the statue of like Holger the Dane, and there's like a whole story behind him. Like Hamlet, like Shakespeare's story. That takes place at a castle which is in this town, Helsingør. Kronborg is the name of the castle, and in the dungeons of Kronborg, they have a statue of this guy Holger Danske, that or Holger Danske, Holger the Dane, who is supposed to get up from his seat in a time of need and save Denmark from evil or something of the sort. So, but the thing is that the actual statue they have in the dungeons at the castle is not the original. It's like a plaster cast. And from what I understand, now I may be wrong, but from what I understand, the original was at that hotel that we were just at. And apparently, I was like, oh, like gonna show you guys, and Mrs. Submoto here just informed me that apparently they've sold him to some Chinese guy or something. I don't know. I'll have to look that up when I get home. I didn't know. So I think we're gonna go check out Kronborg, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. And that is the, like I said, the castle where Hamlet was. Well, the castle that the story Hamlet was written about that castle. It's not like it actually really happened. It's just a story. But there she is. Pretty nice, actually. And just across from the water over there is Helsingborg. See that over there? That's Sweden. And there's a castle over there too, and they have like cannons on each side. And at one point they had like they wouldn't allow any ships to pass without paying taxes, and they could fire upon any ship passing from both sides, because they couldn't shoot all the way to the other side, but they could shoot halfway. And that way because the other part, that part of Sweden over there, that used to be Denmark back in the day. Denmark used to be a pretty large country. It just got smaller and smaller and kept losing wars. Like the northern part of Germany, that was Denmark, and the southern part of Sweden, that was Denmark, and all of Norway was Denmark at one point. Yeah, well, that's the history lesson. Shaking your booty. This bike is not the best bike to to ride long distance on, so we gotta shake our booties every now and then. So yeah, ready? Well, anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I got for you today. So remember to subscribe and ride, and I'll catch you all later.